You are in the rant stream where I rant about whatever my $10 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one is for Kuiper, who says, rant about online multiplayer FPS games, Quake, Halo, Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, Call of Duty, Battlefield, etc. Take whatever angle you like on this, your thoughts on the genre as a whole, your experience with a particular game within that genre, etc. By the way, when I say multiplayer FPS, I mean like competitive multiplayer shooters, not that PvE co-op FPS games like Borderlands. If you have no experience with FPS games or have nothing to say about the topic, then instead rant, well, I don't need to do that. Yeah, online multiplayer FPS games. I was never hugely into these, but in the early days of Xbox 360, Xbox Live, I definitely was pretty into Gears of War and Halo 3. I mean, like, really my first exposure to first-person shooters was Halo, because I grew up with Nintendo consoles, which didn't generally have a lot of first-person shooters. The few I'd played, I struggled with the controls. I just didn't understand the dual analog controls, and I never was a PC gamer. So like when Halo came out, it just so happened that I was getting like G4 TV and all these ads for Halo all the time. It was being treated as like the gaming event of the year. Ooh, that is a fucking bitter IPA. So, like, I was interested in it because of all the hype. I ended up playing it, loving it, and playing it with my brothers a lot, multiplayer, but not online, just because I did not understand how to get, something to happen online at the time. But when the 360 came out, we figured it out. We understood Xbox Live. I played a bunch of Gears of War, a bunch of Halo 3, and I've pretty much, like, from that experience is why I do not play them anymore, because even though I think those games are fun, I always had a few issues. One, my internet connection has never been the best, so I always have dealt with latency issues. I've always dealt with, like, cutting out in the middle of a match or not being able to get into a match because your connection's not that good, and I don't really have these kinds of problems that much anymore. Modern internet's a lot better, but, like, it was a huge problem for me for a long time. And especially because my room in particular at my old house when I lived with my parents was like had shit Wi-Fi, and the internet connection would dip out all the time. And aside from that, I hate being beholden to other people. I hate the idea that like I can't get up and go do something like whenever I want. When I'm playing a video game, I want to know I can just put it down and go do something else, or I can zone out. I can stop paying attention. When you're playing online, you have to be in like this constant active grind of like getting into matches and playing them, and then there's also a lot of downtime, like waiting around for matches to start, especially in a lot of the newer games like the Overwatch and shit, where it's just like I don't understand how you can sit around for fucking 45 seconds every single match, or however long you have to sit. You have to sit for like a while at the start of Overwatch matches. So I don't like that kind of downtime, but I also don't like not being able to get up whenever I want. I don't like the team having to depend on me or vice versa, or going into matches and 3 of your teammates back out and now you're playing bullshit. The only time recently that I've played an online shooter game was I got really into Splatoon 2, which is not first person, but I absolutely love that game and I played the shit out of it, and the Switch just gets amazing Wi-Fi signal. Like whatever, I don't know like what its receiver is or whatever, but like even when we had like pretty shit Wi-Fi in our house and the Switch was not even close to it, I was consistently having matches with no latency issues that I could tell, even on my own shitty Wi-Fi. So I'd probably be more inclined to play more of those types of games now that I have, like, not only do I have grounded connection that I could connect to any of my consoles, but Wi-Fi is so much better. But, like, I don't know, there hasn't been one that I've gravitated towards particularly other than Splatoon. None of them looks all that interesting. I bought Titanfall 2 because people had talked about it, and I've not played it online, but people had said it had, like, such an amazing campaign, and then I played a little bit of the campaign, and I fucking hated it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll get into it again one day.